What's up, guys? So we're coming to the end of the year, and as always we have New Year's Eve coming up. I'm not planning on having a big one, mainly because I'm a grandpa and I have had many big ones in the past. But I have no problems if people choose to have a big one. So if you are, more power to you. What I thought I would do today though is give you guys 5 simple tips to help kind of minimize the risk that can come with drinking in stalling kind of your progress if you're dieting or something along those lines. Now, I guess the reason that drinking can provide such a risk is for 3 key reasons. Number one is that obviously it provides calories, and if we're not careful, we can go over in that fashion. Number 2 is that when we're drinking alcohol, it's broken down in the liver to acetate, and acetate's actually a toxin. And what that means is that because it is a toxin, the body makes it its priority to break that down to get rid of it out of the body. And while the body's doing that, so it's using alcohol for fuel, it's basically not using anything else for fuel. So it's not using fats or carbs or protein for fuel. So any of that kind of stuff that's also being consumed at the same time as alcohol goes straight to storage. So basically meaning we're more likely to store things when we're drinking alcohol than use them for fuel. And number 3, if we drink so much that we feel like absolute shit the next day, we're less likely to be able to fall back into our normal routine, eat foods that are aligned with our goals, and get to the gym. So those are the 3 key things that I guess we want to try and combat with these kind of tips that I'm going to give. So when we talk about minimizing fat gain when drinking, we've got 5 kind of key things that I like clients to go to. So number 1 is obviously you could reduce the total amount that you drink. I realize this isn't the fun option, and I'm not going to be your father. So if you choose to kind of drink and you want to go hard, then by all means do so. Number 2 though is let's focus on getting mostly protein and mostly vegetables on the day that you're going to be drinking. If we can drop fats a little bit and drops carbs a little bit, 1, we're creating a calorie buffer to kind of fit some of those calories from alcohol in, and 2, it also means we have less kind of fat in circulation that can then be stored when we are drinking alcohol, which is a win as well. Number 3, limit the high calorie drinks or high calorie mixes. So if you are choosing to drink, looking at kind of lower calorie options. And if you're someone that goes for mixes, looking at either diet, soft drink mixes, soda with lime, all of those kind of things, because those kind of higher calorie mixes, juices, that kind of thing can add up really, really quick. Number 4 is just minimize the high fat foods or eating high fat foods later in the night. So your things like, drive-through Maccas or burgers or pizza or any of those things that we tend to see when we're out at night, if you can minimize your consumption of those, you're going to go a long way in minimizing the risk of kind of fat gain. Number 5 is drinking plenty of water or no sugar Powerade or things like that while drinking and then before you get home. This one's a bit of damage control, so to make sure that you can kind of get back into your normal routine the next day or get to the gym and those kind of things, if you can kind of hydrate yourself a little bit more prior to waking up the next day, you're going to feel a whole lot better and you're more likely to be able to function like a normal human being. 5 tips. If you do those, I guarantee you're going to minimize the risk of kind of gaining fat when you drink. If you don't want to do that, that's also really, really cool. Enjoy yourself. One night of debauchery isn't going to be the end of things. So whatever you choose to do, go and have a kind of awesome New Year's Eve, and I'll talk to you in the new year.